If you've seen any of the demos on our website, you're probably wondering how you can create some of these nice looking representations that you see in our videos. There's a few different ways you can create representations with the Ubisense software, and I'm going to quickly outline those and show you a nice way to make these custom representations with Google Sketchup. First thing you can do in Site Manager is just create a representation from scratch under Rep, New. This opens up the editor, and you can drop down different shapes and combine them into different things. You can change the colors. You can move them around and create all kinds of interesting representations. You can change the colors. You can change the way they're rotated, and you can change the scale, all kinds of things. This can be kind of time consuming, so it's probably not the best option for you. The other thing is that the product actually comes with a handful of default representations that you might not be aware of. So under Rep, go to Import. Then you want to go to your C drive. If you have a 32-bit system or 64-bit system, you're going to want to go into the Program Files x86. Look for the Ubisense 2.1 folder. Then go into the Reps folder. Here we have just a handful of representations that you might want to try. Let's try the person. Give it a name. And now you see it's listed over here. If you click on it, down below you have the 3D representation, very, very basic. And then above you have what it's going to look like in 2D. Now these are pretty simple, so you might want something a little nicer. Inside of Google Sketchup, let me just start a new file here. Let's first start by deleting the default rep they throw in there. There is a plugin that you can download for free called 3D Rad, and I'll put the download instructions down in the description of this video. So first you'll want to download some sort of model that you like. Go to the Get Models button here. This is Google's library. They've got thousands of models. So I'm going to type in car. What you'll see here are different representations that users have submitted. Now a lot of these are pretty detailed, and I just want to give you a warning that these detailed models can be quite large, and it's fine for demos if you have a couple of these on your screen, but in real production, if you have 100 of these very detailed models moving around on the screen, it's going to really slow down the rendering and it's going to lag. So you want to try to pick models that are very simple. Let's do a search. I know that, for example, this particular model, Compact Car 4, is very simple. I've already downloaded it and tested it. So let's go ahead and click Download Model. Yes. And it puts it here into Google SketchUp. Now, to make this plugin conversion go quicker, you want to go to Edit, Component, and choose Explode. And keep choosing Explode until you can no longer choose it as an option. And what this does is it just breaks it down, and the plugin can do its job a lot faster. So now that we've finished the Explode, you can see it's grayed out. There's nothing more to explode. We'll go to Plugins, 3D Rad, and you want to choose Export as Generic DirectX File. Give it a name, and it's done. So real quickly, if we go into Windows Explorer to where we saved the file, right here you can see that it's only 274K. From my experience, you want to try and keep these under about 2,000. Otherwise, they get too big and it's hard for the rendering to keep up. Here's an example of one I did earlier today. Some shelving, it's like almost 7,000K. That's okay if it doesn't move, but if it's going to be moving around the screen, it's going to slow down the rendering. Now going back to Site Manager, under the Reps tab, if you choose New, let's give it a name, Car. If you right click in this box, you get the option of New, then you can choose Mesh. Load from File. Let's go to the desktop where we saved the car mesh. Choose Car. And OK. So you can see it imports our model here. This little button here will allow you to adjust the view. You can just drag your mouse and move it around. And these green lines here are the X coordinate, the Y, and the Z. And so you can see the car is kind of rotated in an odd rotation. So we want to change the properties there. I believe we want to do 90, 0, 90. But still, you want to have the car pointing down the x-axis. So not quite right. I believe the yaw has to be 180. There you go. Now, if your tag is actually going to be placed on the hood of the car, it's best if you put this 0 point near the hood of the car. So to do that, you can choose this horizontal button to kind of move the car in the horizontal. Pretty close. And for the Z, we can raise and lower the car. There you go, that's about right. Let's go ahead and save it. Now you'll see your car representation here. Now to actually apply that, let's go back to the types. I have a type called car. I'm going to change the representation to car. And when I go to the Object Locations tab, I now have a car on the screen. There's the 2D view and 3 for the 3D. Now you can see that it's appearing above the below the ground. That's because there's actually no tag associated to the car, but in the real world, if there was a tag associated with the car, it would show correctly with the tires on the ground, because the tag would actually be up here, and the tag is associated to the hood of the car. So that's it.